Yes, hello everybody. This is Ray from Ray's United, and I'm back. Listen, it's been a very long time since my last live show. So today I've chosen a sort of special subject matter to discuss with you. It's going to be a very interactive video. If you're watching after the fact, please know that you are going to enjoy this because it's going to be a typical Pi Network live show where we are very interactive, we are communicating, we are going back and forth, and everybody would enjoy what this show is all about. So, with just smash the like button where you're at, smash the subscribe button, of course. Become a member if you want to. Listen, it's been a long time, long time. So, I welcome all of you to the channel. Once again, if you're one of the ultras, then hey, you're welcome. If you're a new person whose subscriber has never seen the live shows of this channel, this is the place to be. Do you know what I mean? But I've gone on this hiatus for a very long time, and I thought, you know what? I think it's time for me to come here and begin some conversations with you. So, listen, we I just want to talk about something that I believe you guys would find extremely interesting. Now, what is it? It is and obviously it's interactive. So there's a survey. I put it on X. You guys say I should put stuff on X. I put on X and you don't pay attention. I've actually posted it in the live chat. You can go there and try and do the survey because the more data I have, the better I can. God, is this heat? Mm. The more data I have, the better I can, judge as to what you guys mean. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to put it there. But hey, this is a Pi Network or the Pi Network live feedback show. We are going to talk about it. Let me know where you're watching from, of course, so I can give you shout outs. It's also important, even if it's after the fact. Let me know where you're watching from, people, so I can give you shout outs because listen, I haven't seen you guys for a long time on the live show because I haven't done a live show in nearly 4 weeks. So I hope we enjoy this live show, and I hope that you guys interact with the subjects that we're going to talk about. So remember, if you're watching, it's a live show. If you're watching a replay, remember it's interactive, so there'll be a lot of discussions. It will not be like the usually recorded 10 to 12 minute videos, not that, or 8 to 12 minutes videos. They say it's going to be a little bit longer. You know, people who've watched videos on my channel know that live shows can take a little bit longer based on the room is hot, man. God. Anyway, it can take a little bit longer based on the subject we're discussing. And if the subject hasn't come to an end, we can't stop. But this one, we'll probably divide it into two parts. We might come tomorrow and continue because we have to delve into it. All right, let me know where you're watching from. Let me see if I can give people shout outs. Okay. We've got Pie to the Floor. Okay, good for you. J Dog is here. Peterson, where are you watching from? Is it Haiti? Susan is here. Celestina is also here. Ugochukwu is here. And oh yeah, Haiti, of course. Susan China, Ugochukwu Collins watching from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let me first and foremost share this. This is how the survey looks like, of course. This is how the survey looks like. Where is it? Share the screen. Right. So this is how the survey looks like, right? You can go and do it so we will know because here it says, have you ever considered leaving the Pi Network project? It's yes or no. What factors contribute to your decision to stay with or leave the Pi Network? They're there, of course. And then how satisfied are you with the current communication from the Pi Core team? Is there? Would you prefer the Pi Core team to be fully transparent about the project's development? Yes or no? Is there? And then so on and so forth. It's very procedurized. So, you can take a look at it and see what this is all about. But what I'm going to do right now, first of all, let me refresh. I'm going to make myself full. and then I'm going to refresh the. Let me refresh this one. Okay, to see how many people actually have done it so far. All right. So we have some data. You can do it as well. We'll keep doing it and then we'll check. All right. So I'm going to share this screen with you and we will discuss it. If you haven't done it yet, when we do it, you can put it in the comment section as well. So I'm sharing the screen, and here the first one is: have you considered leaving the Pi Network project? Now, 21 people participated. No, the participants are not many. 21, that's not many at all. It's disappointing. And this survey has been around for quite some time now. So let's analyze the results. So 21 people, 16 people said no, 5 people said yes. Now, I want to know, don't be shy. There is no judgment here. It's a survey. Because it's a survey, because it's a survey, there's no right or wrong answer. So nobody can sham anybody. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, sham, that's the word. So, you know, if you're obviously watching this, you have to try. Oh, wait, sorry. All right, there it is. So we go to your screen, our screen, and the question here is: have you considered leaving the Pi Network project? Out of 21 participants, we counted 16 saying no and 5 saying yes. And if you split it into percentages, it's 76.19% for the no's and 23.81% for the yeses. So once again, have you ever considered leaving the Pi Network project? So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yes or no, put it in there in the chat and let's see. Have you ever considered leaving the Pi Network project? Yes or no, put it in the chat very quickly, live chat, so we can see. Be honest, of course. Honesty is the best policy. Yes or no, have you ever considered leaving the Pi project? Let's do this. All right. So Olayinka James says no. He set the ball rolling. What's this? Let me drink water. So Olayinka James, one of the ultras of Raise United, said no. He's not considered leaving the Pi Network project. Yes. Susan says no. Well, predominantly people said no, so that makes sense. But we will need 3 or 4 more. Arinze says no, and Samba says yes. So Insamba said he's considered. It doesn't mean he wants to leave, but he said he's considered leaving the project. Emmanuel John says no. Hang on, I need to mute myself. Right. So there's a lot of no's. So that's quite interesting. All right. So we go to the next one. I've never considered leaving the project. All right. So this is it. What factors contribute to your decision to stay with or leave the Pi Network? Now, stay with or leave. Now, lack of updates. Out of the 21, 6 people said lack of updates. So mostly it's community engagement, which is about 40. It's very split, and others would like. So out of the 21, 9 of you chose other. So that means other. What's the other? You can also tell us what the other is. 10 chose community engagement, 5 chose unsatisfactory rewards, and 6 chose lack of updates. So you look here, and just about half of you chose community engagement. So, and just about almost half of you chose other. So what I'm interested in is other. What is other? So tell me what other is, so we can do it. Okay, so for the first one, J Dog says never. I was inactive for a period earlier on. Yes. And Susan said, I still have hope in the Pi Network project. Yeah, me too. I do. Obviously, there's some things I've heard. That's why you can see my hopes have just gone through the roof lately in my videos, and people don't understand. They don't understand why my energy is so positive in terms of Pi Network, irrespective of the price of Pi. But I am not thinking about the price of Pi. I am thinking about what I've heard and what I know. And trust me, if you know what I know, you would have that same degree of confidence. So this is the second one, right? So that is the second one. And this one it was an interesting one. So the third one is this one. How satisfied are you with the current communication from the Pi Core team? How satisfied are you with the current communication from the Pi Core team? And obviously, looking here, the options were very dissatisfied, dissatisfied, neutral, satisfied, and very satisfied. And what's funny is only 4 out of the 21 said they're very satisfied. Now, the interesting thing here is most of you are neutral. Most of you are neutral, and most of you also chose very dissatisfied. So I want to hear from the neutral and very dissatisfied. I want to know what your reasons are with your the highest degree of dissatisfaction, and of course your sort of neutrality, because that's where most of the numbers are. So the question in this survey is, how satisfied are you with the current communication from the Pi Core team? And most of you are either neutral or very dissatisfied. So let's see what people are saying. No, we'll never leave. We came far. All right, I want to see what you guys are saying. Very important, because your comments are what I need right now. Your comments, because that is what I'm basing what I'm reading on. So this is from Arusha, Tanzania. All right. Saleh saying all the best. Ugochukwu, okay, poor communication. Right. So yeah, so that's from the second one. That's from the second one. I know. So Susan says poor communication. Yeah, that's interesting. Or bad communication. Yes. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Bad communication or poor communication. I agree with that. So the third one, like I was saying, how satisfied are you with the current communication from the Pi Core team? And of course, most of you are either neutral or very dissatisfied. So we move to the next one. This one was interesting. This was so interesting. So look here, right? I said, would you prefer the Pi Core team to be fully transparent about the project's development? And this was a whitewash. It was so overwhelmingly yes. So this, we don't even have to go through it. I mean, everybody. Now, there's going to be some sort of discrepancy, but I understand, because I said to be fully transparent. And then we came here. So fully transparent, everybody said they want full transparency. We came here, there was a slight discrepancy. So I said, what level of transparency do you expect from the Pi Core team? And now this is where it divided. Remember, full transparency is complete transparency. So I would have expected, this was a tricky one, which means that you didn't pay attention to your first answer in relation to the second one. So I said, what level of transparency do you expect from the Pi Core team? Meanwhile, here, you all said you want them to be fully transparent. And then I said, what level of transparency? I asked that. And then some of you chose some transparency, and one person said minimal transparency. So what are you talking about here, saying you want full transparency when you've come here and you said you want minimal transparency? That doesn't tally. It was a trick. I wanted to see if you're paying attention to the survey, but you weren't. So next time, pay attention, because this should have been 100% just like that one, because there's an adverb here. Yes, an adverb. Fully. The adverb here is fully. Remember, fully. So fully is similar to completely. You understand? So complete transparency. Yeah, albeit we still have 17 people. So the other oh, we have 23 people now. It's increased. Wait, hang on. I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to refresh it because it looks like people have gone into the survey. Uh 22. We have 22 people. Okay, cool. 22. Yeah. So the numbers increased slightly. Right. So oh, it's actually 22. Yeah. 22. So yeah, I'm looking at this and it's quite interesting, to be honest. But hey, it's good. It's good. And then the next one, the sixth one, is please rate your level of trust in the Pi core team's decisions. Now, this is one of them that I was looking at, and it was also split, but this time on the higher side. So we have neutral being 9, which is there. We have a very high trust, which is 7. And then we have very low trust, 3, high trust, 2, and low trust, 1. So mostly we can say it's around trust. And I believe um, if we were to look at it, 40% trust and 18% don't trust, and 40%, 41% are just sort of in limbo, if you know what I mean. Actually, 41% trust, 41% are in limbo, which is a neutral, and about 18% are sort of, in the low trust territory. So let me come back and read your comments. This is very important. Let's see what people are saying. Montana, Montana Grace fan saying, we all want Pi to succeed and fulfill its promise, but with each passing day, we're losing confidence in Pi. Yes, I've considered leaving, but since I have run a node, validated other pioneers. I am in so far that at this point it takes only 10 seconds or less to press the Pi mining button. So that is a very cool, honest comment from Montana Gris fan, and I appreciate your honesty and candor. And we would always, obviously, I always listen to people's or pioneers' grievances. Very important. I wish I worked directly with Pi Network. I would have been one of the pain in the butt sort of person, because I just love to help people in a way. It brings me solace, if you know what I mean. So this was a very interesting one, the trust part, where I feel like, yeah, the trust is there, but most people are in limbo at the moment. Yes. So, and I can actually deduce this, considering that these two figures are low. I can deduce that those in limbo, majority will be towards the high trust as opposed to the low trust. So you can work it out statistically, and that's how it's going to sway undecided voters, as they're called, neutral. The next one is how do you feel about the current direction of Pi Network? Now, this is interesting. We have 8 people saying, very positive. 4 people saying positive. 7, see the neutral. 7 saying neutral, and 3 saying negative, and nobody saying very negative. So all in all, I can say still swaying towards positivity, but you still have that number. This number is the one you want to change. The 7, you want it to be a bit higher on that side. So, but hey, these are people's honesty, and I love that. I love the honesty from you guys. I think X, Tesla, and Pi will integrate together. There's a video that I'll be releasing on Friday. Trust me, it's a very interesting video. You will like it, people. It's something to do with Pi Network and other stuff, but you'll like it. It's an interesting video. Interesting video. The Pi network appears to be a rudderless boat with no clear direction, or a hunting dog that goes from one trail to the next without any clear direction. Well, that's an interesting take, but I don't think I agree with you in terms of that, because sometimes things that appear um, to us, it's not what it actually. I mean, okay, so let's use this channel as an example, right? What I do behind the scenes um, is a lot more than me coming here on the screen and speaking to you. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm speaking to you on the screen is the easiest bit. The more difficult bit is the research part and the preparation towards that. So when you see posts, that's just the easier bit. What goes on behind the scenes are what goes on behind the scenes are the harder bit. Do you know what I mean? So don't think that they're doing nothing. Trust me, this is a huge project. We have over 100 million downloads on both what's the name? um iOS, is that iOS? Oh, sorry, App Store and Android. So, sorry, Play Store. We have over 100 million downloads, and we have more than 60 million engaged pioneers. So it's a lot. It's a whole country on average. So to say that it's a rudderless boat, I don't agree with you, because personally, listen, I have bashed the Core team left, right, center, and rightly so. But I would not say something that is blind, never, or so emotional. That will not happen. You understand? And I can tell you here and now that it is not a rudderless boat. Um, there is direction. It's a bit slower, but there is direction. Trust me on that one. The Parkour team needs to communicate with you and others who run channels and tell you their direction, so that you can communicate where they are going and their goals. Now, this I agree with. This I agree with. This comment I agree with. Listen, let me pay homage to my guy. So I'm putting it on the screen for you lot to see. They created something where they said, all right, content creators like us will be engaged with. Unfortunately, that engagement is not forthcoming. And I haven't really raised that sort of issue or whatever, but I believe that should be the next step, because they need to communicate through us, because I've been doing Pi content for almost 5 years now. So, and I started this whole Pi content thing, live shows. I started it. Do you know what I mean? So, I believe my channel has earned it. I've done over 800 Pi Network related videos. So I believe this channel has earned that right, and on merit as well. So, we can advocate for that and see what they say. But I would love that, just information that you guys need to know. And one thing that you also need to know is that the Core team right now, for some legal reasons, can't disclose certain future happenings. You know what I mean? They can't disclose that. So as a result, we have to be very patient when it comes to the future happenings. However, whatever is happening now, they should be able to do it. And yes, I would definitely advocate for that 100%. Everyone needs to hit the thumbs up button and spread this channel across YouTube. Absolutely, Montana Grace Fun. And we need to do a lot more live shows, but I haven't done it because of certain things behind in my private life that I had to deal with. But it's sort of subsided. So I'm almost back, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Guys, if you're loving this, smash that like button, because we are doing this. I am doing this for you. So this was an interesting one, really interesting one. How do you feel about the current direction of the Pi network? And yeah, that was interesting. The next one, which obviously I entreated you guys to do, is in your opinion, what should the Pi Core team prioritize to retain existing pioneers? Again, let me repeat. In your opinion, what should the Pi Core team prioritize to retain existing pioneers? Now, if you want to do this, you can go here and do it. So they're all here, in your opinion. So, guys, you tell me here, in your opinion, blah, 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 what do you think they should prioritize and so on and so forth. You could do it. I should have done this with you guys, but it's okay. It's okay. So this is how the survey looks like, Pi Network Feedback Survey. I created it on this website, and it's an interesting one. Again, I've started something. Let's see what people do about it. I'm not here just for clout. I'm here to help the Pi community. So, go there, do it, engage with it. It's important, because I was supposed to go live like a few weeks back, but the numbers were not great. And I thought, you know what, let me just wait a bit. But, you guys are still here. So, hey, yes. So this one, we had 18 out of the 22 people saying improved communication, and that's 81% of the number. 11 of the 22 participants said increased rewards, and that's 50%. 9 of the 22 said enhanced community involvement, and that is amounts to about 40% of the 22. And then, of course, the least sort of priority is amongst the 4 options. There could be many more. More educational resources, and that's 6 people. 6 out of the 22 chose that. Let me see your comments before I go to the next one. Let me see what's people saying. I hear they have a legal matter with Amazon. Is that true? I can't say anything about that. Sorry, I can't. Like I said, anything that's got to do with legalities can't count me out. Even if I know it, I can't tell you. Do you know what I mean? Sorry about that, but I have to be careful. I run a channel here, and I have to be very, very careful what I say and what I don't say. Particularly now that Pi Network is listed on some exchanges, we have to be very cautious because there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that require some sort of covertness. You know what I mean? The Pi Core team needs to communicate with pioneers through your channel and other channels to encourage us to continue to mine. Many people are losing hope. You're absolutely right. Listen, is it only Montana Grace fan who is watching this? Come on, man. People, communicate. This is a live show. I don't usually do live shows anymore like before. You said you don't want a lot of live shows. Remember when I put it across to you as a poll, and most of you said you didn't want the live show, you wanted a shorter version. So I began releasing a lot more shorter versions compared to the live shows, and that's why I've not, it sort of released me a bit. I've been able to not really worry myself about live shows and this and that, but this one in particular, I thought, you know what, it's so important that I did it, and I believe you guys are loving it. I recruited more than 100 people, and only 11 of them are still mining. Absolutely. Not many people mine anymore. All right, let me go back to this. So the next one is, how likely are you to recommend the Pi network to others? Now, this is an interesting one. So still, we have a lot of people being neutral. And obviously very likely. So the likelihood is about 50%, exactly 50%, and neutral is 40.91%, and very likely and very unlikely is only one each, and that's 4.55% each. So it's more to do with neutral and very likely and likely. So I am happy with that one. At least we know people would want to still invite people. This one, he said, what do you believe is the biggest challenge facing the Pi network today? Now, I'm going to show you people's responses. So these are people's responses. It's anonymous. I like the fact that it's anonymous. People can't see it. So let's see. Somebody said lack of usable utilities. Somebody said the reluctance to allow exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken to list Pi. I don't understand this. This person says the benefits of being an early adopter, I can wait, but how long should one wait of being an early adopter to a great project in the making? Another person says resolving the KYC tentative status. Somebody said rival networks, whatever that means. Somebody says is the ability to launch the ecosystem. Somebody said the Pi team has no respect for their own community, lack of communication. Okay, utility absence. So far we've seen utility 2, and after many years of mainnet delays, the lack of transparency about the timeline, there is mainnet, my friend, or the open network, if you want to call it that. So it's more to do with lack of communication. That's what a lot of people are swaying towards. And then we go to the final bit, and it's transparency and KYC and so on. So this was a very interesting one, of course. And that was the 10th one. The 11th one, let me see the time. What's the time now? 30 minutes. Okay. I might probably do a part 2 tomorrow. There will be a part 2 tomorrow because I have to obviously do some things. But let me read your comments and tell me the stuff. So I'll read the last one and then I'll read your comments. This one is quite interesting. Please evaluate the effectiveness of the current community engagement initiatives. And let's see. So this is interesting. We have the quality of communication and then frequency of updates. So now you're evaluating them on a scale of 1 to 5, right? So quality of communication, scale of 1 to 5. 3 people said 5. 5 people said 4. 7 people, which is 31%, said 3. So quality of communication, you can see that is very split, very split. And then the frequency of updates is also split. And let's just say only 2 people rated it less on both sides. So yeah, it's very split, very split, very split, and quite interesting. But let me see the detailed overview. So this is the detailed view of it, right? This is it. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting. So you have quality of communication, and you have, yeah, that's interesting. Really interesting. Okay. And then you have that. So that's that one. All right. So now let me go back to the comments and see what people are saying. Do you know what happened with Athene Network? Athene Network is gone, man. Athene Network is, I don't know, these projects. They can be disappointing, man. And then you have Apostle Barbas Obisike saying, I truly appreciate your content and contributions towards the healthy relationships and faith of the pioneers and Pi Network. Keep it up. I am optimistic that Pi will shock the world soonest. Yes, I love your optimism, Apostle. And mine is even not just, it's not blind optimism. I'm not saying that yours is blind optimism. You're an apostle. You know, apostles, they can see things. Do you know what I mean? And so my hat off to you, of course. All the respect goes to you. But what I'm saying is, in terms of being factual, I've also heard some things. And like I said, I'm not legally bound to tell you, but I can tell you this, that it's looking positive out there. Do you know what I mean? It's looking positive out there. So I'll entreat all of you to obviously what was I going to say before? Yeah, I'll entreat all of you to be very careful with the information you consume out there, because people are going to tell you all sorts of things. And when they do, you need to also do your own research, of course. Because I hear things and from very, very good sources. Do you know what I mean? So I don't mess about with the information that I give you. It's all about proper sources and proper people and people in the know and so on. So when I'm telling you stuff, I'm telling you because that's what I know. This is not about rumors and cloud seeking and all of that, you know. So I'll end this here, and tomorrow we'll continue because I don't want to go on for too long. You'll get boring. So share this content with people. Let them know what we're doing here. This is to do with the Pi Network live feedback review. Now, what I need you to do, I've got 36 people watching. All of you, if you haven't done the survey yet, the link is in the description. I've pinned it. I've pinned it to it's in the description of this channel. It's also being pinned to the live chat. Click on that link, go and do the survey, because if you do it, this is nobody's taking any money from you. It's just 5-10 minutes of your time. Do the survey, so when I come tomorrow, I'll have a lot more use case, a lot more data, a bigger data to be able to discuss tomorrow, because we will talk about it tomorrow from number 12 to number 22. But the numbers might be bigger. People might find it extremely interesting, and they might decide to engage in it. And so let me see. We've had 2 more people do it. Yes, that's good. We've had 2 more people do it. Yes, I'm glad about that. So yeah, tomorrow we may even run through the first bit and then do the second bit as well. So so the first bit has been number 1 to number 11, and then the next bit, is it number 11? The next bit will be number 12 to number 20. I should have done it to number 10, but it's okay. To number 20, because number 20 will be we'll discuss a lot of things there. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting, people. It's going to be quite interesting. I am happy that you guys have taken it seriously now. And we can, let me see. Yep, the number will increase by all means. The number will increase. And I am definitely happy about that. Let me see. Pi Network to the moon from Jamaica. Somebody says it's very sad. It's very sad because I spent so much money on that. Oh yeah, that app. You're right, Bogdan. You're right. On Athene Network, and it looked like a very progressive. It looked like a very promising project. And these people, they get greedy. They get greedy. They don't think about our well-being. It's all about them. And unfortunately, that's the crypto space for you. People are just preying on others just to make money, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, we should be careful, because karma is a biatch. If you're somebody that robs Peter to pay Paul, yeah, time would tell what happens to you. And when it happens, don't curse anybody. Just look at yourself in the mirror. That's what you need to do, because people work hard for their monies, and to double cross them, yeah, your time will come. And I'm talking to those who have double crossed people. I will never do such a thing. I'll never do such a thing. Take people's money. Yes, so listen, smash the like button on your way out. Tomorrow we'll continue, and I think tomorrow is going to be you heard something like that. You heard something like what recently? J-Dog, what did you hear? What did you hear? Let me know. Let me know. Because it looks like you guys are finding the show interesting. So we can still have a discussion. Panato is going forward. We love Ray from Cameroon. Njikam, yes. Njikam is one of those who also watches Rays United. I mean, this channel, our channel, of course. He watches it. And please, I've released some very good videos in the past few weeks. Go watch them. So many videos I've done, which are extremely good. Like, they're quality videos. The information is great. The style to which I'm doing these contents have shifted a little bit, and they seem quite good. When I look at them and I'm watching, they seem quite good, and you can be a part of it. Just watch it. 8-10 minutes, 12 minutes. It's very short. You know what I mean? What do you think about Silencio? No, I don't do that, so I don't know anything about it. If you know me, you'll know that I only get myself involved in projects that I'm sort of in direct or indirect communication with the honchos of it. And if I realize that the project is going south, I'll be like, you know what, get yourself out of it. You know what I mean? So unless I'm blindsided, if I'm blindsided, then I can't tell you. But if I see anything that's not good, I'll warn you quickly, get out of it. before you get duped or double crossed, and that's what it is. But yeah, um, listen, I believe Pi Network is going to be great. I've always said it, and I'm also hoping that the Pi Core team would come on to Raise United and we can have some communication, proper communication, direct communication. You know what I mean? Take care of yourselves, people. Name is Ray. Channel is Raise United, and the word is peace. And I love you all.